All right, so this must be just surreal to you at this point in time, no?
Yes.
So what was it like working with the Jonas Brothers?
It was awesome. They're awesome guys, and they're very classy, which is not what you expect from rock stars.
And one other thing we thought, you said Joe was the dork.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joe is the dork. But it's not like in a dorky way. He just, he'll like, I don't know, he does the most random things, and he's very quirky.
Right.
So you expect him because, you know, he's got so many fans, and you expect him to be like this heartthrob who always does this with his eyes.
Right.
But in reality, yeah, at dinner last night, he was like, we were all sitting there, and he was telling a story, and out of nowhere, he just started playing with his hair. It was the funniest thing. It was so random.
So now, when you got the role, was this, how did you go for it, like in a big way? Did you know the Jonas Brothers were there first, or was it just, you know?
Actually, Disney, I had auditioned for Disney several times, and they called me in to audition for this project. And when I went into the room, I was very nervous, but I didn't know that the Jonas Brothers were even up for the role until after I had booked it. So I actually thought that, is that going to be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually didn't even have any idea that the Jonas Brothers were going to be in the movie until after I got it, and yeah, it was exciting.
So is it kind of like parallel to your story? I mean, I know that you've been acting forever, but just sort of the Cinderella story of all of a sudden, you know, getting to the place that you probably have always dreamed of being, people knowing your name and singing and doing all the things that you love to do, and having people watch it and like it.
Yes. Pretty much, yeah. Oh no, but I mean, like, it's still surreal to me. I don't think it's actually hit me because, like last night, there was a bunch of people screaming for me, and I was just like, what? Like, even though I was at the Camp Rock premiere, and it was kind of obvious that, you know, that was my face on the poster. It just still didn't hit me that, like, I felt like screaming myself, you know, because I was so excited.
Is there anything that scares you about it, though? Just sort of what the next step could be? Yeah.
Completely. I mean, I think anybody would be scared. But it's not, you know, you can either focus on being scared of the pressure or tons of cameras and being in the spotlight, or you could look at it as, well, if you didn't want it, then why have you been practicing in your bedroom on Friday nights when you had the choice to either go out or, you know, stay in? It's because I love doing what I do. And I don't really, you know, why focus on that when you could give an awesome performance? I mean,
you see someone like a Miley Cyrus with the paparazzi all after. I mean, she can't even go anywhere. I mean, is that starting to happen a little bit in your life, or?
It hasn't really happened, and I think that might be why it hasn't hit me yet. It's happened a few times, and it really happened yesterday when they swarmed in the car.
Right.
And you know,
it can be overwhelming. It can be really.
Yeah, I saw the photographers outside whenever I was leaving the hotel, and it was the first time that they had really, you know, like totally came out. There have been times that they had stayed outside and took pictures, but when they attacked the car, it was kind of, I kind of hyperventilated for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. And my sister was like, oh my gosh, yay! And I'm like, like I kind of got nervous and a little claustrophobic, but it's, I guess something that I might have to get used to. So knowing that, I think it'll be easier to adjust to.
So do you have any sort of stars that you could look at and say, I would love to have the career that she has, like a Hillary Duff, who I think has made the transition from sort of where you're at now into still being a really nice girl? Yeah,
Hillary Duff, definitely. I'd love to have her career. I've said that before, that her career has actually been, you know, well respected. And I respect her a lot. But I also really respect people like Natalie Portman and Matt Damon, who are not in the tabloids at all. Because I think that kind of makes me nervous a little bit. And I'm kind of actually a little bit of a private person. So I think that if, you know, it'd be cool to promote movies, but also keep my life private. You know,
it's going to be a juggling act. I mean,
it'll be juggling.
The Jonas Brothers, for as much as they're out there, they're not in the tabloids for doing bad things.
Completely.
They don't seem to have the paparazzi. I'm sure they have the fan frenzy. But sort of what kind of advice have they given you? Or
they've given me lots of advice. You know, they've just kind of, I guess I've watched them, and I've watched my best friend Selena, who's also, you know, they're role models to me. Not only are they friends, but they're role models. So being around them, it's easy to, you know, just look up to them and say, okay, I can see how they, you know what I mean? It's easy when I want, like, I like to have the career like the Jonas Brothers too, who is also well respected.